about Bitcoin reaching $1 million and how I believe that Bitcoin will reach $1 million in 10 to 15 years or even before. I have it reaching at least $250,000 by the end of this bull cycle, which is, let's just say, between $150,000 to $250,000, depending on the bull cycle. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. I'm giving you guys some time to come on in. Crypto though, let me know what crypto you own. Let me know what crypto you guys own. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and how I see it going to at least 150 to 250,000 by the end of this bull cycle, and by 2035, or let's just say 2040, Bitcoin will be at $1 million. Bitcoin will be at $1 million by 2035 and or 2040, and it's ranking to hit at least 150,000 this year by the end of the bull cycle, if we have a bull cycle or when we have a bull cycle. And nations will be putting themselves in some type of strategic advantage with actually holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Do I agree with everything Bitcoin stands for? No. But at the same time, it's not about what I agree with or what I don't agree with. It's about us getting some money in the meantime, in between time, right? Do I believe there's other protocols better than Bitcoin? Of course. But Bitcoin is one of the first. It is decentralized. It was created by Satoshi, which no one really knows. How is, some people say that it's the government. Some people say it's the CIA. Some people say it's the FBI. Some people say it's a lot of different things. We honestly don't know. And I'm not going to climb up that and or go through that rabbit hole to try to figure out what's going on. It's here. It could be used. I like the fact that it can't be seized. You can use it all over the world as long as they accept Bitcoin, and or you could send it to people all over the world if you would like. Now, the transaction per second, it kind of take a while, but it still is decentralized. So let me know what crypto you guys own, and what do you think the market will project to, and for Bitcoin. Okay, we're gonna read this from the Streets. The Streets Roundtable. Former Binance CEO predicts Bitcoin will reach $1 million despite crypto market crash. Binance former CEO Chang Pao CZ Zhao believes Bitcoin could eventually reach $1 million even if it tumbles below 87,000. Now, I don't believe that it's going to be so immediate, right? But who knows? Who knows? I give it a 10-year span for it to hit $1 million, but who knows? It could be before that. Shir Sharima McJunith. Hello, brother. Love from India. What's going on? Much love, much love. One love, one love. Let me know what's going on in India. What crypto? Are you guys crypto friendly? Do they allow you guys to purchase crypto? Let me know what's going on in India. And what crypto run the Indian realm? Like, I would like to know. Okay, so in the meantime, let's read this article. Binance former CEO, okay, as Bitcoin dipped below 87, which is definitely below that now, CZ posted on X, former Twitter, hinting that today's crash is just another step towards a much higher valuation. Waiting for the new headline, Bitcoin crashes from 1 million to 985,000. Save the tweet, CG wrote, referencing a similar tweet from 2020 when Bitcoin was trading significantly lower. Bitcoin faces market turmoil. Bitcoin has taken a hit in the past 24 hours. The price plunged to over 8% to 87. Now, this article was written a month ago, so right now you guys know that Bitcoin is at 84,000 as we speak. Um, what? So in India, Manjanith said we are not allowed to purchase by using crypto. What? So they blocking y'all blessings. You need to find a way how to purchase it, even if you have to do a VPN, anything along that nature. Find a way to purchase it because that's blocking your family blessings and your generational wealth, and it's the greatest money transfer in the world. That's literally blocking it. So you got to find a way. You got to find a way, even all the way in India. Find a way, use a different router. Um, you must find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share this video as well. Bitcoin is taking it. Okay, we already read that. Since January, the number of flash crashes in crypto markets has risen sharply, the newsletter reported. It also pointed out how Bitcoin saw multiple rapid drops overnight, with prices plummeting by 5,000 in just 30 minutes at a certain time. But what's 5,000 to 95,000 to 105,000? Absolutely nothing. See, what people don't understand is I noticed one thing about the market. When things are all peaches and cream, everything is fine, right? No complaints. Everyone is good. As soon as something dropped 1, 2, 3%, people begin to panic. But why were you panicking when it was going up? Because it was beneficial to you. But understand that there's ups and there's downs, there's trials and there's tribulation. This is all part of the game. So if this is all part of the game and you know that, right? Why would you panic if Bitcoin go down 5%, 6%, 7%, 30%, 20%, 40%, 50%? You guys have to remember Bitcoin was $1. As long as it don't go down to $1 or beneath that, we're fine. I don't think it would ever get down to under $1,000 ever again in our lifetime. I think we missed that one. But saying it all to say, right? I know the sentiment of people. As soon as things are well, no complaint. As soon as things get sour or uncertain, all the fear mongers. Okay, I think crypto is new currency. Crypto is new currency. Yes, it is. Especially, nations will be pushing for stable coins. Stable coins are going to be considered new currency as well. And you got a lot of nations that don't allow you to buy. I talk about this on my other stream, right? How other nations don't allow you to buy the US dollar, for example, right? But they do allow you to buy stable coins, and stable coin can be converted into US dollars. So that's how you would actually get past the capital regulations that they may have just to keep you subjected or keep you in a poor mindset or keep you away from what's actually going on. So the thing about technology that I figured out, it actually solved these problems, right? And it's good to invest in in the solution. It's always been a wise thing to invest in a solution. There's always been a wise man which said you should invest in solutions, right? Invest in solutions. Um, You asked, what's your opinion on new Donald Trump tariff rules? I think that it's showing the strength of America. America is the only nation that all other nations depend on. You want to know why? Because we don't make anything, but we consume everything. So every other market in the world, they have to manufacture something great, or create a product or service. America don't have to create a product or service. They consume all the products and they use up all the services. So, meaning that a lot of other nations won't make money if Americans don't buy. With that being said, I think that they outsmarted Trump, actually outsmarted China, because now he have other nations, right? With this 10% tariff that he put on every other nation, America has made, I think so far, $1 billion a day off tariffs. First, they didn't used to make that much money off tariffs. People used to charge America more tariffs, right? For us to ship our goods and services or our products overseas, and we charge them less for them exporting. Now the opposite happened. Now we're charging them not a ridiculous amount, right? But it's a two-way street now. It's no longer a one-way street. We're charging them small percentage of 10%, right? Which is considered taxes. Taxes is actually more, actually. We're charging them 10%. And I think this will bring a lot of money to the United States of America. But one thing about China, that I can say, China have every nation headlocked based on the fact that they are the factory. They manufacture a lot of things around the world, right? But without the United States, everything goes down. Everything gets shut down. And the fact that they try to impose their tariffs and try to play big, not saying that China isn't a superpower. They're good at what they're good at, but it's a duality. You can't have what's the buyer without the seller? Saying it all to say, the buyer has more power than the seller. Because the buyer don't have to buy, but the seller has to sell. Let me repeat. The buyer do not have to buy, but the seller has to sell. So American economics is considered the buyers. China is considered a seller, a manufacturer which then sells. If we don't buy, they don't sell. If we start producing, no matter how much it costs us to produce, we will eventually buy. If America decides to manufacture and consume their own products, it's over with for all nations. So I don't think this was an actual good move. It showed China's hand, and now it actually shows the raw strength of America. America is still one of the most successful society and or economical nation in the world. Whether we agree with their tactics and their laws and anything else, but it's still sought out to be number one. Can't change that. You cannot change that. So that's just my opinion on the tariff, just to answer your question. I think if you read the book when you get a chance, The Art of the Deal. Because everything that's happening right now, Trump is doing the art of the deal. He's doing everything he's saying in his book, if you read the book. Now, the reason why he gave all those egregious tariff numbers is not that he was going to implement them. It's just to let you know the raw power that he has. Then he said, you know what? Everyone, y'all just pay 10% and we're going to lock in on China, because China is the only competition. If not, but to me, they lost this one as far as economical warfare. They kind of lost this one. because they shouldn't have retaliated that much. And what it's going to do is, at the end of the day, China going to come to the table and say, hey, look, let's reduce this. Let us get this. You get that. Trump still won because that's the art of negotiation. That's the art of the deal. So at the end of the day, he's going to force them into making a deal that's beneficial to the United States and yet beneficial to China. So game over. Plus, we always had a crisis. Think about it like this: 2008 housing crisis, 2020 health crisis, 2025 tariffs. It's always going to be something. Money will always find a way to correct itself. And right now, we're going through a correction because everything is overvalued. And generally, it's going to get corrected by creating crisis. You get it? That's just some macroeconomics for you guys. Macroeconomics. So, like I say, I believe that Bitcoin will be in 10 to 15 years $1 million or before. And I think by the end of this year, this is all speculations, right? Bitcoin will be between $150,000 to $250,000. And in the near future, you're gonna look and say, well, damn, it was $100,000. Why didn't I do everything in my willpower to get it? It's because $100,000 to $1 million is just 10%. So when you think about it like that, it's always worth the investments to me, even if you DCN dollar cost averaging. But on that note, peace, blessings, and love. I just wanted to read that article real quick and let you guys know what I think about Bitcoin. Michael Saylor keeps on buying. And this is second time using a company to actually leverage to actually buy something. But the thing about it is he may win this one because Bitcoin goes up at least 20-something% annually. So if that's the case, it goes up more than the stock market and everything else, and it beats the rate of inflation. So you are investing in a deflationary asset. You can't really beat that. You can't really beat that. You can't beat that at all. So on that note, peace, blessings, and love. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And put on your seatbelts. This is Crypto Doe. It is time to take off. In 5,